Hello my awesome friends, this is Andre. In today's video I want to talk about my top 10 bodybuilders of all time. So stay tuned to find out who will become my favorite and I suppose everyone's else favorite. So number 10, Lee Haney. What made Lee Haney so unique? He wasn't just about raw size. Haney brought a combination of mass and symmetry that redefined the sport, standing at 5'11 and competing around 240–250 pounds. He embodied the classic aesthetic bodybuilding look with a tiny waist and broad shoulders. But the highlight of Haney's career was his unprecedented run at Mr. Olympia. Haney won an astonishing 8 consecutive titles from 1984 to 1991. Setting a record at a time that no one thought could be broken. His professionalism, consistency and drive made him a powerhouse and a fan favorite. So here are key points to highlight about Lee Haney. 8-time Mr. Olympia champion. Dominated the 80s with consecutive wins. Next, perfect balance of size and symmetry, known for his aesthetic physique. Training philosophy: stimulate, don't annihilate. Influence beyond bodybuilding: coaching, mentorship and promoting fitness. Faith, because Lord Jesus is his Lord and Savior. Number 9, Lee Priest. In a sport filled with giants, one man stood out for his incredible physique and his refusal to conform: Lee Priest. Standing at 5'4", this Australian bodybuilder defied the odds and earned respect of one of the greatest bodybuilders of all time. Today, Lee Priest takes the number 9 on my list. One of the reasons Lee Priest is so respected in the bodybuilding community is because he shattered the notion that you had to be tall to be successful. Despite his shorter stature, Priest built a physique that could stand up to any of the sport's giants. His arms, which measured over 20 inches, were often considered some of the best in the history of bodybuilding. So here are key points to highlight. First, short yet powerful. At 5'4", Priest stood out with his massive size and conditioning. Next, iconic physique. Famous for his arms, aesthetics and muscle detail. Next, controversial and outspoken, known for his rebellious personality and disputes with the IFBB. Next, nicknamed the Blonde Myth, a fan favorite thanks to his looks and attitude. And the last one, influence on shorter bodybuilders. He paved the way for others and proved that height isn't everything in bodybuilding. Number 8, Phil Heath. Phil Heath's reign in the bodybuilding world began in 2011 when he won his first Mr. Olympia title. It was a moment that signaled the arrival of the new era of bodybuilding. Heath would go on to dominate the sport, winning the incredible 7 consecutive Mr. Olympia titles from 2011 to 2017. So Phil Heath's physique is often considered one of the most complete in bodybuilding history. His round, full muscle bellies gave him a 3D look that few could match, and his conditioning was consistently spot on. Heath's back was widely regarded as one of the best of all time, and his overall symmetry was unparalleled. Standing at 5'9" and competing around 240 pounds, Heath brought a blend of size, aesthetics and conditioning that bodybuilding fans couldn't ignore. His lines were clean, his proportions were perfect and his stage presence was second to none. So here are key points to highlight. 7-time Mr. Olympia champion. Dominated the competition from 2011 to 2017. Second, The Gift, known for his incredible genetics, symmetry and 3D muscle look. Next, best back and delts in the sport, widely regarded as one of the most complete physiques in bodybuilding history. Next, setbacks and comebacks, faced criticism for his midsection, but returned strong in 2020. The final, the mental discipline and training focus. Heath's dedication to perfecting his craft and his champion mindset contributed to his successes. Number 7. Jay Cutler. Standing at 5'9" and competing at around 270 pounds, Jay Cutler became known for his incredible muscle mass, dense structure and wide, blocky frame. His iconic quads and chest made him one of the most imposing figures in the bodybuilding world. What made Jay Cutler stand out was his incredible combination of sheer size and aesthetic balance. While he was one of the biggest competitors on stage, Cutler maintained a level of symmetry and proportion that was rare for someone with his level of mass. So here are key points to highlight. 4-time Mr. Olympia champion, won in 2006, 7, 9 and 2010. Famous rivalry with Ronnie Coleman, runner-up from 2001 to 2005, before finally beating him in 2006. Next, iconic physique, known for his massive quads, wide shoulders and dense back. Next, comeback king, first bodybuilder to lose and then regain the Mr. Olympia title in 2009. And the last one, work ethic and business success. He built a lasting legacy in bodybuilding and fitness after his competitive career. Number 6. Kevin Levrone, or Kevin Levrone. So Levrone was a natural athlete with an incredible ability to add muscle quickly, which allowed him to maintain an off-season lifestyle that didn't require year-round training. He would often bulk up and prep for a contest in just a few months, quite remarkable, yet still show up with one of the best physiques on stage. What truly set Kevin Levrone apart, aside from his physique, was his stage presence. Levrone had a way of commanding the audience's attention, and his posing routines were always polished, dynamic and memorable. Whether it was his ability to connect with the crowd or his seamless transitions between poses, Levrone was an entertainer as much as he was competitive. One of the most remarkable aspects of Kevin Levrone's career is his longevity and ability to come back strong after time away from the sport. After stepping away from the professional bodybuilding in 2003, Levrone shocked the world when he announced his return to Olympia stage in 2016. It's been 13 years, at the age of 52. That is incredible. So here are key points to highlight. Legendary run-up at Mr. Olympia. Placed second 4 times but competed in one of the bodybuilding's toughest. Next, incredible physique, known for his wide shoulders, massive chest and perfectly balanced arms. Next, stage presence and charisma. One of the best posers and performers in bodybuilding history. Next, longevity and comebacks. Made a remarkable return at the age of 52 in 2016, inspiring the entire bodybuilding world. And final one, genetic marvel, known for his ability to build muscle quickly and compete with minimal prep. So number 5, Chris Bumstead. Coming in at number 5 on my list is one of the most dominant athletes of modern bodybuilding, a man who has redefined what it means to have the perfect physique, Chris Bumstead. Known for his golden era aesthetics, commanding stage presence and fan favorite persona, Bumstead is a bodybuilding legend in the making. What sets Chris Bumstead apart from the other builders is his ability to balance muscularity with classic aesthetics. His physique isn't about being the biggest, it's about perfect proportions, symmetry and conditioning. With a V-taper that's straight out of the golden era of bodybuilding and muscle bellies that flow effortlessly. Bumstead embodies the classic look in every sense. Chris Bumstead isn't just a dominant champion on the stage, he is also a social media sensation with millions of followers. His humility, dedication, openness about his struggles and with autoimmune disease have endeared him to fans around the world. So here are key points to highlight about Chris Bumstead. 5-time Mr. Olympia Classic Physique champion, dominated the division from 2019 to 2023. Next, aesthetic and classic look, known for his incredible proportions, narrow waist and broad shoulders. Bumstead embodies the golden era aesthetic. Next, fan favorite, huge social media following and relatable personality, thanks to his openness about personal struggles. Next, overcame autoimmune disease, battling IgA nephropathy. I can't pronounce properly, please excuse me. Bumstead has continued to compete and excel at the highest level. And the final one, pioneer of Classic Physique, one of the most iconic figures in the division, raising the standard for what Classic Physique should look like. Number 4, Flex Wheeler. At number 4 on my list is one of the most genetically gifted bodybuilders of all time, Flex Wheeler. Known for his flawless symmetry, aesthetic proportions and classic lines, Flex is often regarded as one of the best physiques ever seen in bodybuilding. Despite never winning Mr. Olympia title, his influence on the sport is unmatched. This is the physique I wish I had. While Flex Wheeler never claimed the Mr. Olympia title, he became incredibly close to several occasions. His best showing was in 1993, his debut at Mr. Olympia, where he placed second to Dorian Yates. Many fans and experts believe that Wheeler possessed one of the most complete and aesthetic physiques ever seen at the Olympic stage. I totally agree. So here are key points to highlight about Flex Wheeler. First, 4-time Arnold Classic champion. Flex Wheeler dominated the Arnold Classic, one of the bodybuilding's most prestigious events, 4 times. 93, 97, 98 and 2000. Next, aesthetic perfection. Known for his incredible symmetry, balance and proportions, Wheeler's physique is often considered one of the most aesthetically pleasing in history. Next, close runner-up at Mr. Olympia. Despite placing second at the 1993 Mr. Olympia, Wheeler's near-perfect physique made him a fan favorite, even in the era of mass monsters. Next, resilience on comeback. After battling kidney disease and undergoing surgery, Flex Wheeler made an inspirational comeback at the 2017 Mr. Olympia in the Classic Physique division. And the last one, posing and stage presence. His posing routines were legendary, showcasing his physique with grace, precision and creativity. So we are getting to top 3. Number 3, Dorian Yates. At number 3 on my list is the greatest bodybuilders of all time. He's a man who reshaped the landscape of bodybuilding with his groundbreaking size and unmatched intensity. That is Dorian Yates. Known for his massive grainy physique and 6 consecutive Mr. Olympia titles, Yates is considered one of the most influential and dominant bodybuilders in history. Yates' Olympia victories were marked by his incredible size and razor-sharp conditioning. At his peak, Yates competed around 260 to 70 pounds, dwarfing his competition with thick muscle belly, striated conditioning, and his signature wide detailed back. His physique was known for its freakish density with some of the most deeply etched muscle definition ever seen on stage. Here are key points to highlight about Dorian Yates. First, 6-time Mr. Olympia champion, dominated the Mr. Olympia from 1992 to 97, marking the rise of the mass monster era. Next, revolutionized size and conditioning, introduced unprecedented muscle mass combined with shredded conditioning, forever changing the landscape of professional bodybuilding. Next, unmatched back development. Yates' back was considered the best of all time, with massive widths and deep muscle detail that made his rear poses unbeatable. Next, high-intensity training. Heath popularized the Heath training method, focusing on fewer sets but maximum intensity, a strategy that helped him build his dense, thick physique. Next, battling through injuries. Despite suffering multiple injuries, Yates continued to compete and win, showing remarkable mental toughness and resilience. And the final one, legacy as a pioneer. His physique and training style influenced generations of bodybuilders, making him a legend and pioneer in the sport. Number 2, Ronnie Coleman. Taking the second spot on my list is undisputed king of mass and strength, the one and only Ronnie Coleman. With an insane combination of size, conditioning and sheer power, Ronnie dominated the sport like no one before, winning a record-tying 8 consecutive Mr. Olympia titles and forever etching his name into bodybuilding history. One thing that set Ronnie Coleman apart was his freakish strength and size. Known for his legendary workouts, Coleman was famous for lifting ridiculously heavy weights even while preparing for competitions. His famous lifts included deadlifting 800 pounds and squatting 800 pounds for reps, effortlessly combining powerlifting strength with a bodybuilder's aesthetic. So here are key points to highlight about Ronnie. First, 8-time Mr. Olympia champion. Coleman holds the record for the most Mr. Olympia wins, 8, tying with Lee Haney, dominating the competition from 1998 to 2005. Next, unmatched size and strength. His incredible size, often competing at nearly 300 pounds, and feats of strength, 800 pound squats and deadlifts, became legendary, making him one of the biggest and strongest bodybuilders in history. Freakish physique, known for his gigantic arms, massive chest, and an iconic back that redefined what it meant to have a width and detail. Next, training philosophy, famous for his high-intensity training and love for heavy lifting, often pushing his body to the limit in hardcore environment like Metroflex Gym. And the last one, post-career injuries and resilience. Despite multiple surgeries and health challenges, Ronnie remains an inspirational figure in bodybuilding, showcasing immense resilience and positivity even after his career ended. And finally, number 1, numero uno, Arnold Schwarzenegger. You know he was coming. So, Arnie is the most iconic bodybuilder of all time, and known as the Austrian Oak. Arnold's combination of aesthetic physique, charismatic personality, and unmatched influence on bodybuilding and pop culture set him apart from everyone else. His legacy as 7-time Mr. Olympia champion, a Hollywood superstar, and a governor makes him true legend, not only in bodybuilding but in the world at large. Arnold has always been my inspiration for building muscle and for the other fitness enthusiasts. Ever since I saw films about Arnold, I have dreamed of becoming like him. Arnie, you're a true legend. The fact is, me and Arnold are the same height, 6'2". Well, at least on his heyday, he was that tall. Anyway, moving on. In 1968, at the age of 21, Arnold moved to America with a single-minded goal to dominate the bodybuilding world. Little did he know that his dedication, charisma and unmatched physique would not only make him the greatest bodybuilder ever, but also a global icon. Arnold's physique was the perfect blend of size, symmetry and aesthetics, standing at 6'2" and weighing around 235 pounds during his peak. Arnold's wide chest, thick arms, narrow waist made him the epitome of the classic bodybuilder. His ability to combine size with an artistic sense of posing allowed him to dominate the Olympia stage. Arnold Schwarzenegger is more than just a bodybuilder, he is a global icon whose legacy transcends the sport. His achievements in bodybuilding, film and politics make him a true legend, and his influence will continue for generations to come. As the #1 bodybuilder of all time, Arnold stands as a symbol of what it means to dream big, work hard and never give up. And here are key points to highlight about Arnie. First, 7-time Mr. Olympia champion, dominated the competition from 1970 to 75 and made a historic comeback in 1980 to win his final Olympia, which was quite controversial. Next, aesthetic physique. Arnold's body was the epitome of classic bodybuilding. Perfect symmetry, incredible chest, biceps and V-taper. Next, master of posing, known for his smooth, artistic posing and unmatched stage charisma. Next, pumping iron. The 1977 documentary launched bodybuilding into mainstream and solidified Arnold's global fame. Next, Hollywood stardom. Arnold became one of the biggest action stars of all time, with films like The Terminator and the Conan the Barbarian. Next, political career. His 2 terms as governor of California showcased his leadership and dedication to public service. And final one, the fitness ambassador. Through events like the Arnold Classic and his global advocacy for fitness, Arnold continues to inspire generations. There you have it, my friends. Tell me, which is your favorite bodybuilder? Leave it down in the comments section. Share your thoughts. Peace be with you and see you next time.